The IRS sent a letter from the tax-exempt department. What you'll first notice is that this was a letter to Christians Engaged, an organization applying for 501c3 tax-exempt status. And again, they do this voluntarily. They do this because they want to follow the rules. They want to comply with the IRS. They want to follow the law. They want to get that check mark from the IRS that they are a tax-exempt organization in compliance with the IRS. And the first thing you'll notice that's weird, if you look closely, is that there's a legend that is created for this letter, which I've never seen in other IRS letters. This is kind of interesting. They created a B through M letter indexed. What you'll first notice is that the letter D stands for Republican.
We went to court in 2017 and obtained a permanent injunction, declaratory judgment, against the Internal Revenue for doing exactly this. And as soon as the Biden administration gets in with their head of tax-exempt organizations, they go right back to what they were doing before against the Tea Party groups and the pro-life groups who they were targeting.
The IRS is saying that the Bible is a political document. Essentially, the IRS is saying that it can capriciously void the constitutional rights of American citizens. The IRS is saying that it can capriciously void its own consent decree.
We've seen this playbook before, Jay. I mean, back when it was the Tea Party case that we litigated on behalf of more than 40 groups, they were looking for words like liberty and Tea Party. Jay, this new legend that you and Jordan are talking about, this is the new be on the lookout list. They've just changed the words they're looking for. Now they're looking for words like Republican and Word of God. And Jay, they've added a secret code, except it's not so secret. They put it right at the top of the letter, and we can decipher it.
They say D equals Republican instead of Democrat, so they have this sentence. Your founder and president is a motivational public speaker, former D congressional candidate, political consultant, and preacher of the gospel. First of all, the fact that he's the preacher of the gospel, what in the world does that have to do with whether he gets tax-exempt status or not? And why would you think, IRS, that this was okay to put in there?
They want a reversal on that learner rule, the lowest learner rule, so that the IRS can once again do exactly what they did in this letter, but not have to go on the appeal and reverse themselves, but actually stand by this letter.
They sure do, Jordan. They're coming at it with multiple barrels. You and your dad talked about this consent decree that we got, which, by the way, disagreed with Lois Lerner. The consent decree specifically found that the IRS had done something wrong, that Lois Lerner had done something wrong, and that was what they signed. But, Jordan, the efforts that you're talking about that are happening on Capitol Hill, the legislative ones, ever since 2018, there has been a prohibition on the IRS using dollars to do what Lois Lerner did. The most recent version of it is found in Section 122 of the Financial Services Appropriations Bill. Jordan, S1, HR1, the bill that passed the House and is being considered in the United States Senate right now, it would repeal that prohibition. So it would specifically say that you are once again allowed under federal law to do the targeting that the IRS agreed not to do in that consent decree.
Let me tell you what we're doing. Because we went to federal court to obtain this victory, let me tell you what we're doing. We are issuing a Freedom of Information Act request in the next several days, and we're going to find out who came up with this legend? What other groups have been utilized or have been targeted by this type of approach with a legend like this? Who authorized it? How high up in the chain of the IRS did it actually go?